the way I describe Nobody is if I saw a trailer and it starred Brad Pitt, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go see that movie. But because it stars Bob Odenkirk, I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna see that movie. So.
Derek Kolstad wrote Nobody. I kicked up the idea of me being in an action film. That was my idea.
We met and we just started geeking out about what we could do in that space, you know? And we came up with a pitch first. We pitched it we collected probably 31 no's, you know? A lot of people loved the idea, but they're like, Bob, we'll shift you to EP. And we were like, no, you're gonna be a star. And ultimately, it was just perfect timing, and we found ourselves landing it at Universal, and it became real.
Well, so that was like 2 years into, three years into Better Call Saul that Derek and I met. And and then Ben, we met for Normal, for this film.
Yeah, and it took a long time for us all to meet because of the world of Zoom. So the days of flying, thankfully for the rainforest, the days of flying out to Hollywood and flying back for meetings have gone. So it's all done digitally. So yeah, I met them all in Winnipeg.
We cooked the idea of Normal up while we were shooting Nobody, and then when the script came together, we sent it to Ben Wheatley. And
it was Derek's idea, this story about a town where something's off. And this guy is the temporary sheriff. He's meant to fill in, but he's meant to leave shortly. But he sort of senses that something is awry or weird. And Derek cooks up tons of action films, plots, and stories. He shared 3 of them with me, I believe, that day. And I read this one and I said, that one's intriguing and funny because a small town where there's something crazy going on. Yeah, I'm from Naperville, Illinois. I grew up in Illinois. I went to college at Carbondale. I know small towns and I have a great affection for them, but I also find them to be oddball places oftentimes.
When you had the idea to be in an action movie, was that something had that been long simmering? Did it come to you one day?
It was a total brain fart that came when I was riding my bike around Albuquerque. I was shooting Better Call Saul, and I would ride my bike for hours on a Saturday to kind of decompress. And my brother-in-law had sent me a photo still of a Better Call Saul ad on a television set in China. And I thought, well, they're watching me in China. What kind of film could I make that plays around the world, action plays around the world? And then I started doing the math on the character I played, how they knew me, and I thought, all you got to do is add the fighting to that guy. And I called Marc from my bike. I stopped, called him. I have an idea. I play this character, and they're watching me in China, and you think we could do an action movie? Totally ready for him to laugh at me. I was in front of the Dairy Queen in Albuquerque, and I was going to get a Dairy Queen. And he goes, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. I couldn't believe he didn't tell me to get back on my bike, fucking ride.
I think it wasn't so much the action side of it. It was more just Bob Odenkirk, and then it was Derek Kolstad. And I went, and that was it. And also it was, you know, I love cinema and I love doing lots of different genres and stuff. And so I'd always had a cowboy movie in my mind, a Western. And this was like, oh, it's kind of a Western. It's a neo-Western. And it's got, you know, it's like an inverted high noon, effectively. So that was why I really enjoyed it.
Ben, you mentioned another film that I saw, Bad Day at Black Rock.
Yeah.
And because I had never seen it.
Oh, you're not? It's great.
It's got DNA.
That vibe to that, hasn't it? Yeah.
Bad Day at Black Rock, which is a Spencer Tracy film, Western. It definitely has DNA with that classic film.
Have you regretted, even for a flash, putting yourself in the role of action star?
You know, waving guns around is always a tricky question in the modern world. But I think it is a film, and you want it to be exciting, and I love watching action on film. So that always becomes a question of who's the bad guy, why are we doing that, you know, why is this happening, what's the conceptual level of the violence. You know, so that's the thing where I ask questions about. Is there some thematic value to this story and even to the fight itself? And Derek's great about thinking about those questions and trying to, you know, offer a story that has a validity and value beyond just the fun of it. Yeah.
That's all of our time.
Okay,
But
cool.
I appreciate you guys.